course, Sony launched their new generation of smartphones and tablets during the IFA 2014 trade show in Berlin. One of the new generation smartphones is the Sony Xperia Z3. This is the newest and latest flagship from Sony. The Sony Xperia Z3 is the device to replace the 6-month-old predecessor, which is the Sony Xperia Z2. Of course, the Sony Xperia Z3 will look quite similar to the predecessor with the aluminum build and glass design, but you'll be surprised by how thin the Z3 is. The Z3 is now 7.3mm thin, reduced from the 8.2mm Sony Xperia Z2. The Sony Xperia Z3 is also much lighter at 152 grams, reduced from the 163 in the Sony Xperia Z2. The Sony Xperia Z3 looks much thinner and rounder compared to the predecessor of the Z3. The Z3 also features the all-new nylon edges, which prevents the device from dropping on its sides. And of course, the device is IP65 and 68 water and dust resistant, with those flaps around the device to protect those ports. Of course, the flaps are much more easier to pull open. Of course, the display of the Sony Xperia Z3 is 5.2 inches, with a screen resolution of 1920 by 1080. This is a pixel density of 421 pixels per inch. When asked why didn't Sony place a Quad HD display on the Z3, a spokesperson simply said that they do not do it due to battery concerns. On the inside, we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 processor, which is slightly different from the one we saw in the Z2. It is now slightly clocked higher at 2.5 GHz and is accompanied by the same amount of RAM found in the Z2 at 3 GB of RAM. On the camera, we have the 20.7 megapixel Exmor RS sensor. This camera is of course superior in low light. Of course, the new Sony camera software also packs in more shooting modes and more functional features. Android 4.4.4 is on the device and it comes standard on the phone alongside Sony Xperia Home Launcher on the top. Storage option wise, the Z3 comes with 16GB of storage and micro SD card support to up to 128GB. For those who need a dual SIM variant of the Z3, there is of course one available. The battery is a 3100 mAh battery, which is 100 mAh smaller than the Sony Xperia Z2 battery. Sony claims that the new battery optimization means that we can survive for 2 days on a single charge. Overall, the Sony Xperia Z3 feels a bit like a letdown. The changes that the company did were incremental and holds no sustainable functionality. Well, if you already have the Sony Xperia Z2, you will unlikely want to pick up the Z3. The design changes are good and nice, but this is too soon for an all-new generation of Sony Xperia Z devices. So, if you guys enjoyed this first look and hands-on on the Sony Xperia Z3, do give this video a thumbs up to support me, as it really helps me out a lot. So once again, thank you guys for watching to this video, and of course, peace out guys.